get going and really maximize your time here at Affiliate Summit. And then we'll have some Q&A, so everybody's welcome to, if they have any questions. And we have a system where you can submit questions through a web form or by Twitter, as well as through SMS, so it's all anonymous, so you don't have to be worried if you have any silly questions. So let me just jump into it here. So one thing here that's a little bit past date, but we had pre-registration yesterday, which I would definitely recommend in the future for you. It started at 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock yesterday, so you can avoid the lines. I guess apparently everybody's already registered here, so you guys are all on the ball. So, but basically every day have the times here of when things start, and the official time is a little bit later for the sessions and everything. But if you wanted to get down early and just do some networking and see some of the other early birds, you can get down 7:30 in the morning. And then, of course, things go as late as you really want to in the evening. Last night there were a lot of folks up and around the lobby in different bars around this area, 3, 4 in the morning, so if that's your sort of thing. As far as the dress code, it really ranges widely because we have everybody from some mom and pops and some very new entrepreneurs that are still in college up to folks that are Fortune 500, so it's sort of corporate casual, which I guess is sort of hard to define. Some people are, like myself, in shorts because it's sort of our uniform with our staff t-shirts, and other people are in nice suits and everything. So it's really whatever kind of image you want to portray, whatever you're comfortable with. So it's pretty flexible. One thing I definitely encourage you to do, and you have a lot of time this morning since things don't really kick off officially for networking and everything until noon, is to sort of write out a game plan of what you want to do today and tomorrow and Tuesday. So just figure out who you want to meet. And one thing you can do is on our homepage, we have a list of all the companies that registered. So we've got it's many, many hundreds of companies there. So it's a little bit big to devour, but you can see who's going to be here. And also just map through all of the different booths and tables you want to visit. And you can see on our website, and also in your bag, if you got your bag already, you should see a list of all of the companies that have tables here and booths. So you can just go through and circle them and make sort of a plan of attack there. And also, depending on which pass you have, which sessions you want to attend. And that's a great thing to do, and I think I cover this later in here, but just if there are certain speakers you want to meet, it's great to go to their session, then you have a chance to chat with them afterwards, and it's a good time for some networking. And what to bring, I guess at this point you can run down to the drugstore. There's a Duane Reade 2 blocks north on 6th Avenue. It's a little drugstore, but definitely recommend some, just to keep the throat nice and lubricated, some cough drops and gum, and then I guess you have to buy some new luggage at this point, because I put this thing out in advance for anybody that wanted to see it, so some of these things don't really make sense right now, but you could always buy some luggage cheap at a little place down on 7th Avenue. Lots of business cards. We're going to have over 3,500 people here, so there are many, many opportunities to meet people, and you never know who's going to be the next partner or what have you for some kind of project you do in the future. Purell, a lot of handshaking, so unless you want to get some kind of sickness, definitely recommend keeping the hands fresh. And comfortable shoes. I've got some New Balance on instead of fancy shoes because it's covering a lot of acreage here, running around at all the different events. And then one thing that I see a lot of people don't seem to have is like a 15-second description of your business, sort of like an elevator talk, so you can just, if you meet somebody, you can just really break it down really quick to them and tell them what you're trying to accomplish, who you're trying to meet. So you can just meet them later, get their card, and have more of a detailed conversation. But for right now, just try to be able to just express really quickly what you're trying to do. What you should have in your bag, and this is just some of the essentials. We have a lot of goodies from some of the exhibitors and things. But we've got the FeedFront Magazine, which is the official magazine of Affiliate Summit, and it has our agenda in there for the whole conference, as well as a lot of articles from folks in the industry. And it's also an opportunity for any of you in the future. All of the content in there is written by the people in the affiliate marketing community, and so we just have an open call for people to submit articles. So if you have some kind of specialty or expertise, or even if you want to write your take on something you're struggling with, we're always looking for new contributors. So just go to feedfront.com, and we have a form there to submit a proposal for an article. But also, like I mentioned, we have the exhibitor guide and the meat market list of all of the different, it maps out all of where the booths are, which companies are where. So definitely jump in there and look at those things just to sort of get a roadmap of what to do. And for the latest, because we had to go to print on this a little while ago, a month or so ago, if you go to affiliatesummit.com, there's a link right from the homepage to the agenda, and it has the most recent update of what's going on and any changes. We had some speakers that might have dropped out. There's one guy that's on one of the final sessions on Tuesday, Paul Lemberg, that he canceled out on Friday. So we actually have an opportunity for that on our blog at affiliatesummit.com/blog. We're looking for have sort of an open call for people that want to speak in that session that's now open. So you just leave a comment there, and we're going to pick somebody from the comments. So if anybody's interested in trying to jump in at the last second and do that session, that's an opening. And one thing, if you have a gold, platinum, or diamond pass, we actually videotape every single one of the sessions. So if you have a meeting you can't miss, or you have 2 sessions you want to see, about a month after the conference, we'll have all these videos produced, 20-something hours, or I guess maybe 30-something hours. And so all of the breakout sessions plus the keynotes we'll have on video. And actually minus tomorrow, the keynote is Frank Luntz, and we don't have permission to film that. But unfortunately, so you have to see that one live, but everything else we'll have on videotape for you. There are a lot of networking opportunities starting at noon today with the meat market. And if you're not familiar with that, the top picture there is the meat market. Basically, it's sort of a hybrid of an exhibit hall and maybe a job fair. It's just a series of tables, and just people are in there, just a lot of face-to-face networking. You get a chance to just interface with tons of people, and it goes on from 12 to 6. So that's something you definitely want to have a lot of water and cough drops and things, because you're going to be all talked out, and you don't want to have no voice by the second day of the show. Another opportunity tomorrow, the Affiliate Showcase. That's a thing where it's a free opportunity for any affiliates if you want. We have about 12 or so slots, and it's an hour-long opportunity where you go there and you just sort of have your own table, and merchants can come meet you. And if you say have a site about a certain sports team, they'll know by your sign. They can come over and pitch you on why you should be promoting their affiliate program. So that's something, if you're interested, just come find me later on today or tomorrow, or drop us an email at registration@affiliatesummit.com. And the exhibit hall tomorrow and Tuesday, we've got 2 floors of over 100 different companies here with a lot of opportunities to check out. The vertical exchange, it's another thing on Monday where it's essentially we have a series of tables that are broken out by a niche, so you can go there, and if you're focused on email or coupons or what have you, you can go there and find people that are common to your space there, and we'll have affiliates and merchants and networks get together, and it's just a place you can find people that are common to what you're doing, so you can try to cut some deals. Then Ask the Experts, we do that at the end of the day tomorrow, and what it is we have about a dozen or so speakers that are experts in different topics, and so they just sort of moderate these roundtables. It's not really a formal presentation. It's more that there's somebody speaking on, say, video or legal issues, and you can go there and just an open conversation. So you can meet a lot of people, and you can just get some great advice. It's basically a bunch of free consulting. So definitely urge you to go there to not only meet the folks, but to get some advice on your business. And then the very closing session at the wrap on Tuesday, it's 3 or 4 o'clock on Tuesday, and that's just a sort of a networking goodbye cocktail party. So it's a chance to just meet with some people last time, to get together with some folks and exchange some business cards, cut some deals and different things before you head off in opposite directions. One thing, just sort of as a nice courtesy, ask everybody to remember to turn their cell phones off or to vibrate, and perfectly fine to keep them on and just set them to vibrate, because we'd love to have you all posting to Twitter and different things during the sessions if you like. And if you are on Twitter, the hashtag for Affiliate Summit is #ASE10. So if you have any, if you're not even looking to post on there, you can go to the Twitter site and type that in. You can see what people are doing, because people are just informal gatherings, and people are saying where they're going and what's going on. So it's a good way to discover different things that are happening during the conference. Name badges, we have a system there to help you find the kind of people you want to meet, all the different types of attendees, whether they be networks or affiliates or merchants and different things. They have different colors. Like for me, I'm an affiliate, so I have purple here. So if you're a merchant, you want to find all the people that have the purple, it makes it easier from a distance to find people you might want to meet with. So just try to give you some little shortcuts there, so you don't have to really waste time with people that maybe you're not going to do business with. And we have our social network, which at this point people aren't going to really be too active in there, but you can use this after the conference. It's a place, it's on Ning if you have an account there. But basically, it's just a place. It's only open to people that are registered for the conference. So if you maybe met somebody and you didn't get their business card, you might be able to find them in there, and you can send them a message and just interact with them there. And you can post pictures after the conference, videos and blog posts and things. So it's just a place to get more exposure for yourself and meet more people before, during, and after the conference. And then we have this other tool that we just started using at our last conference, and now it's going again. It's a place where you can just basically set up all the different sessions you want to attend, and it's not really a scheduling thing where you're obligated to go to any of these sessions. It's more of a thing just to keep your own activities organized, because you can export this to all the different email clients and things, and also it helps you to post things up on Facebook and Google Calendar, different places, and you can share it so that people, if they're looking to find you or you're looking to find other people, you can go there and see which sessions they're attending. So it's just a sort of a helpful tool to find out where certain people are, maybe a gauge of which are the more popular sessions going on. So it's just sort of an indicator for that sort of thing. And make friends. I guess it may seem basic, but it's a great opportunity to come here and maybe rekindle relationships with folks that you know already, and also just meet a lot of new people. Just walk around there with a smile, and there's a lot of people that you could maybe be friends with and or do business with. A lot of opportunities here. So just look for people, maybe if you know them just from Twitter or Facebook or from a blog or something, and just walk up and say hi. And it's a great opportunity to really expand your contacts and your business. And like I mentioned earlier with your elevator speech, like keep it to, I guess, preferably 15, 30 seconds, and just practice it a couple times just so you can spit it right out. And it'll just make it, because a lot of people are just so busy and they're bouncing from one person to another. So just have your business card ready and get that elevator speech out, and it's a chance just to really network effectively. And one thing I definitely encourage you to do is to orient yourself, because we've got things on 3 different floors today, all the way up on the 3rd floor. This way this works is we're actually on the 2nd floor now, but we refer to it as the 1st floor as far as the conference, because the conference is on 3 floors. So the 3rd floor is where the meat market is today, and tomorrow the exhibit hall is going to be on the 1st and the 2nd floor. So it's a little bit confusing. We probably shouldn't have done that. But so just look through FeedFront Magazine or online on the agenda for Affiliate Summit, and you can see all the room numbers and different locations for things. So it's just easy to find things. You're not running around in circles today, tomorrow, and Tuesday trying to find different events. And like I mentioned on Twitter, just go to Twitter, and on the right-hand side, you can just search for the hashtag ASE10, and you can do that if you have a client on your phone, TweetDeck, or one of those tools, and so you can just see what people are doing, what's going on, and it's just a great way to find people and meet with people and things. And if you're looking to follow certain people, if you're not sure who you want to follow on Twitter, we actually have a list on there of all the people that are speakers, so it's an easy way to find everybody and see what they're talking about. So it's sort of a shortcut to sort of stay in the loop on what's going on. We've got about 70 or so speakers, so it's instead of having to manually follow these people, you can just follow that list. And the KISS method, it's essential for the conference, because you have plenty of time after this time you're here to have more thorough conversations. So just try to really be concise, because you can meet hundreds or literally thousands of people here that you might do business with. So don't get too bogged down with some 3-hour meeting with them. Just get things scheduled for next Wednesday or whatever time. Leave the details for later, and just try to meet them now and get some kind of base established. And then follow-up, I see it seems like 95% of people are horrible with follow-up. They collect 1 million cards, and then they never bother to do anything with them. They sit in their desk and they put a rubber band around them. So remember to actually do something with these cards, or else this whole trip was a waste of time for you, a waste of money. And one thing that has a huge impact, at least to me, is if you do a handwritten note, and it can be sort of laborious if you have 100, 200 cards, but just one little note has such a big impact because nobody else is doing it, and maybe all of you do it and it'll ruin it. But it's it just has such a great impact because it's so rare that people bother to actually pick up a pen anymore. And as you can see, this is the shirts that all the staff are going to be wearing. Got staff emblazoned across the back here. So if you need anything at all, we've got dozens of people that are all over the complex here that have this shirt on. So anything you need, just come up to one of us, or else right around in the front there in the lobby, we've got booths there that'll be populated by staff the whole time. So people are happy to help you with any kind of questions or needs or anything. So feel free to go and ask any kind of questions. And one huge thing is we're constantly evolving and trying to change things based on any kind of problems people perceive with the conference. So please be very candid and give us constructive criticism on anything with our forums whenever you go to a session, because we love to hear what you think. And so many of the things that have changed over the years from Affiliate Summit are directly from those forums. So we really rely on those to see what people want, and then we'll go and give it to you. But if you don't tell us, we have no way of knowing. And this is my business card here. I've got some up here. Love to trade business cards with you and potentially do business in the future. And so pretty much that's it. This is just our basic information here. If you wanted to see what's going on, all of our announcements on Twitter and Facebook, just twitter.com and facebook.com/affiliate summit. And if you wanted to reach myself and my business partner, Missy Ward, as well as the rest of the staff on Affiliate Summit, you can just send an email to realdeal@affiliatesummit.com, and it hits all of us, and we'll be checking it throughout the conference and afterwards. And then we have our phone number there, 417-2-SUMMIT, and you're much better off doing email during the conference because nobody's back at their office answering the phone. But so here we have a new thing that a little pilot we're doing right now, where you can have the different explanations, 3 different ways that you can send questions by text message through a web form at poll4.com, and also on Twitter. So if you wanted to send a tweet, you just send it at poll and then ASE10 first, and then your message or question. And so we have already some questions here, so let me just jump into these questions real quick. And so this isn't really any kind of factor for any of you folks, but registration, is it open? We're processing cancellations, so if anybody asks you if you have any friends trying to get in, if we get any cancellations, we'll have limited registrations open, but no really way to say if we will or not. And it looks like you're taking more registrations online. I guess it's from a couple days ago. And just like I was saying, as we got any cancellations, we were opening it up sporadically whenever we could. A bookstore, we're doing this for the first time. We partnered up with Barnes & Noble, and we're going to have a bookstore with a lot of different books from folks in the industry. And we're going to have a couple of book signings there from the keynotes, Frank Luntz and Jim Kukral, as well as a couple other people. So if you wanted to just see what kind of books are out there, maybe just to enhance your education in the industry, and also if you want to go there and meet some of these authors, we'll have that going on. The difference in the various passes, we've got 4 different passes. The silver it gives you access to the exhibit hall, the meat market, and the keynotes. And then the gold pass, it gives you access to those things as well as all the sessions today. The platinum gives you access to all of the sessions across the 3 days and everything else. And then the Diamond Pass gives you all of that, plus a set of DVDs of all of the sessions. Otherwise, you get access to view them online. And you get a lot of other perks, too. You can see more details of these on our site, on the registration page. How can you get a free copy of Jim Kukral's book? And Jim Kukral, he's doing the keynote on Tuesday. He has a brand new book called Attention, This Book Will Make You Money, that just came out. And we're giving away 300 copies of that to the first 300 people to show up at his keynote on Tuesday morning. So if you're interested in getting a copy of that book, that's going to be there. How do you RSVP for the Share Sale party? That's the big party tonight. It's a few blocks up at a really nice place called the Empire Hotel. They have a big rooftop deck. And Share Sale is going to have a table in the meat market today. So you just go there and they'll have invites at their table. So definitely encourage you all to go there and visit them and to just chat with them about their network and get a pass to the party. It's a lot of fun. Great place to go and network for hours tonight. And beautiful views. You can see Central Park and different things from the top of the roof there. Can you upgrade your pass? And yes, you can do that. The way it works is whatever the cost of your current pass was, you can pay the difference between that and the next pass up if you wanted to do that. So you just go to registration and they can take care of that for you. Let me see. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry about that. Let me zoom through real quick. Okay, let me see what other question there's here. Okay, and what time does the meat market end? The one last question that was already on there. And that's going to be 6 p.m. today, so it's running from 12 to 6. So if anybody else has any questions they'd like to text or anything, they'll instantaneously go up there. So regular text messaging prices apply, and then if you just want to tweet it and I guess the only version there that's public at all is if you do it on Twitter, because people are going to see your tweet. But otherwise, the text and also if you go at poll4.com and submit ASE10 first and then your question, these are all anonymous, so there's no way for you to be embarrassed or for us to know who you were. So if anybody has any questions, pop them in there. Otherwise, that wraps it up, and you can just get ready for the meat market and the sessions today. So any questions?
Is the exhibit hall open today?
No, the exhibit hall, it's all being built today, so it's open on Monday and Tuesday, so that's why we have the meat market to sort of stay in its place, but it's a very busy environment, so a lot of opportunities there. So it's sort of the little stopgap to while the exhibit hall is getting all formed up. No questions? Sorry.
Can you buy the DVDs separately?
No, we don't sell the DVDs, so it's just exclusively for the folks in the Diamond Pass. But you can always upgrade to that level if you want. So, it'd be,
What's the cost to upgrade?
let me jump into the pricing real quick here because I don't have it off the top of my head. Sorry about this. I think I have live internet here. But my browser doesn't want to open right this second. Here it comes. Okay, so here's the pricing for all the different types of passes up on here. It's on the registration page, so you can see what the difference is from whenever you had purchased a pass. And let me see if there's anybody else, any questions. So nobody likes our system there to submit questions. Let me just jump back in there and see. Somebody didn't go up there? In all of our testing, I tested it 50 times and it was working fast. Yes. Oh yes, for pictures and video, he was asking if there's any restriction on pictures and video you can take. And since we film all the sessions, we prohibit any kind of video in the actual sessions, but otherwise, anywhere else in the conference, you can take any video you want, and you can take photographs anywhere you please throughout the conference. And if you upload them to Flickr or any of those places, our tag there is ASE10. So we'll be on the lookout for any pictures. And also, if you think you took some great picture, we're always looking for new pictures to feature in our future issues of our magazine, FeedFront. So feel free to take lots of pictures, and we'd love to see them. Anybody else? Great. Well, thanks a lot for coming. I really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, I'll be running around the whole next 3 days and love to help you. And we've got some cards up here if you want to trade cards. But have a great conference, and feel free to approach the staff anytime if you have any questions or problems or issues, and we want to help you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.